I was just at the house. What was that heavy bag for? Where do you think I'm going? I'm only going to the park.
I didn't want you to be hungry, so I packed a lot of food in there. I hope you don't mind if it's a bit heavy. If it's too much for you, then you can eat it with your friends. I'm sure they'd be happy if you had some extra food to share with them. It's always nice to share with friends.
You didn't really need to do that. I worry that you might be doing too much. I don't want you to tire yourself out.
It was really nothing for me, so don't mention it. I'm happy to help you, and I really enjoy cooking. You don't need to worry about it. I know you've got a lot of friends, so I wanted to make sure there was enough food. I wouldn't want anyone to get hungry.
But if you make too much, then some of it might go to waste. I think that'd be even worse than making too little. Next time, I think it would be better if you asked me beforehand. That way we can plan in advance.
I really put a lot of effort into this, so I'd be much happier if you just said thank you and took the food. It really wasn't that much for me. I don't think it'll go to waste. Just share it out with your friends and then eat it all. I'm sure you lot can manage to eat all that food. It's really nice too. I made it myself, so I know.
I'll try my best to get everyone to eat it. Couldn't you have just made something small? You didn't have to make food for everyone. You could have just gone to the store and bought something small for me. It really would have saved you a lot of trouble and effort. You know I don't like to stress you out like this.
I've been cooking food for all my life, and I know how to make a big portion. There's really nothing to complain about. Please, just accept what I gave you and stop being so ungrateful. You should be thankful that I made you so much.
I just don't want food to be wasted. This isn't the first time that you've cooked too much. Last time you made food, you made way too much. We all felt guilty and almost compelled to eat as much as we could. I think some of us were starting to feel sick, but the food just kept on coming. It's not good for the environment either. People don't like waste. It's not like the old days when you made too much to show how generous you were. Nowadays, people want to be more economical.
Can you just stop moaning and eat it? I do my best for you, and I don't want you being malnourished. You should be happy about this. It's better to have too much rather than too little.
Are you aware that Dad has bad gas almost every day because you feed him too much? If you cooked less, then he wouldn't have this problem. You can't just stuff food into your mouth all the time. You need to have some self-control.
I've heard enough. If I want to feed him until he's full, then that's what I'll do. I don't think he has bad gas, and I don't think it's because of my cooking. I'm just trying to be nice to people and make sure no one starves to death. You just eat that food and don't mention it again. Next time, I might even cook even more.
Okay, if you must have it this way, I'll go and eat it with my friends. I'm sure they'll be happy about it, even if I'm not.
Good. I'm glad to hear it. Be careful on your day out. Don't get into any trouble.
Don't worry, I'm not a child. I can look after myself. We're going on a date today. Where are we going?
Oh, the date. Yeah, I almost forgot. Where are we going? Where do you want to go? I don't mind.
You forgot. Why did you do that? We're meeting at 11. I'll see you then. We can decide where to go when we get there.
I'm not ready right now. It might take me some time. In fact, Helen, there's something I want to talk to you about.
What is it? Are you okay?
I'm just worried that you'll think I'm some kind of a loser.
Why would I think that? Of course I won't think you're a loser. Why? What have you done? You know you can tell me anything and I won't look down on you.
Can we just stay at home for the date today? Would that be okay with you?
I thought we could go out and see a movie or something like that. I didn't want to stay at home. Do you want to stay at home? Are you sick or something like that? Why don't you want to go out?
I'm fine. It's not that. I just think it's gonna be a little bit expensive if we go out and I need to save some money. I don't want you to think I'm some kind of a loser, but I just don't want to spend that much money right now. The price of gas has gone up so much recently and it's really expensive to drive. I just want to save a bit of money. I hope you don't mind. We can go and watch a movie another time, or we can just stay at home and watch a movie. I think it's nice to just stay in your own place. It's more comfortable than going outside. I can cook some food and we can just stay in. What do you think?
That sounds so sweet of you. I'd really like to try your cooking. If you don't want to spend too much money, then I really understand. I know things are hard these days. It's the same for me. I don't think you're a loser. I think you're a sensible person.
Okay, that's nice to hear. I was really worried that you'd think I was a loser and not want to come and see me. I wish I had more money, but I just don't right now. Maybe in the future.
No, I don't mind. I like you, so whatever we do is fun for me. I can't wait to come over and try your food. What are you gonna make? I hope it's nice.
I'll make some fried rice. Do you like that?
I love it. I can't wait. I'm starting to feel hungry already.
I'll try to remember how to cook. I've not done it for a while. I can usually do it quite well, so let's hope I don't make any mistakes this time. I had such a nice time with you today. I'm so lucky to have you. I hope we can go on like this and be really happy together. I've never felt so strongly about something.
I'm happy too. We're really lucky to have met each other. I went out for a meal with my mom recently, and next time I want to go out with you. I can pay for it. I paid for my mom too.
That's great. I'd love to do that. When are you going?
Not sure yet. We can go sometime soon. We just need to think of a good place to eat at.
I don't know where I'd be without you. You're always so happy to spend your money on other people. I couldn't really afford to do that.
I think next weekend we can go out to eat. What do you think?
Okay, let's do that. Next weekend we can go out. I'll think of a place to go to.
I'm really excited about that. I can't wait.
What did you think about the food today? Did you like it?
I loved it. Really nice. I'd love to go back there again.
I'm sorry that you had to pay again. I really wish I had the money, but I just don't right now. One day I'll pay for meals when we go out, but until then it seems like you'll have to do it.
I don't mind. I'm just happy to see you. I don't mind if I pay. One day you'll be in a better financial position and you can pay then. It's no problem. It's good to save money and be frugal. If you do that, then you'll have an easier time when you're older. There's no point spending all your money when you're young. You need to save a bit and think about the long term.
You're the perfect girl. You really understand me. I can't wait for our next meal out. I'll let you decide the location, of course.
It seems you really know all the good places to eat around here. Just tell me where you want to go and we can go there.
Oh, by the way, do you want to meet up with my mom?
That sounds like a nice idea. I'd love to do that.
We've been together for so long and you still haven't met my mom. I think it'd be really nice if we all got together. I haven't asked you yet because I didn't think it was the right time, but now I think it is. I think she'd really enjoy meeting you and getting to see what you're like. It can also be a good experience for you.
Do you really think now is the right time? I'm not so sure myself. Can we leave it a little while longer and then meet her? I'll tell you when the time is right and we can do it then. I'd love to meet her one day, but I just don't know now is the right time.
If you don't want to now, then it's okay. There's no rush. We can do it at a later date. You just tell me when you think is a good time and I'll arrange a meeting with my mom. We had a nice time today and you must be tired. Why don't you go and get some sleep? I'll talk to you again tomorrow.
What should I wear? I really don't know what to wear. I've been thinking about it a lot, and I'm not sure what suits me best or what is suitable for the occasion. It's so hard trying to find the right thing to wear. So many choices.
Mom, you're gonna look beautiful whatever you wear, so don't worry about it. You just choose something that you feel comfortable in and go with that. You can just dress how you do on a normal day if you want. I don't mind. I don't want you to feel any stress over this, so don't let it bother you. Even if you look bad, I won't be bothered by it.
You're really nice to me. I'm so glad my daughter is this understanding. I just want to look right for the occasion. I thought I should still ask you to see if you had something in mind. I wouldn't want to let you down. I just hope there are no mistakes today. I hope everything goes smoothly.
Don't worry about a thing. I'm sure it'll go well. I don't need you to be stressing over everything. It's not gonna make it any better. The food was so nice today. I really had a great time. I'm so happy for all that you've done. You're really a great cook. You certainly knew what you were doing. I was a little bit worried that things might not go well, but I was completely wrong about this. It went so much better than I thought it would, and it's all thanks to you.
Thanks for getting in contact with me and telling me this. It really makes me feel better to know that people appreciate what I do. I really had a great time too, and I'm so glad that you came. You're marrying my son Matt, and I'm sure everything is going to be great for you. He's met such a nice girl, and I'll be so happy when you become his wife.
You're too nice to me. Thanks for your kind words. Matt is such a great guy, and I'm so lucky to be with him.
You really are sweet. You know what to say to impress people. What are you doing next week? Do you have free time?
I'm free. I have work all week, and I'm busy in the evening. However, on the weekend, I don't have anything to do. I'll be free all the time. What is it? Do you have something planned?
I want to go shopping to buy some things. It's going to be really expensive for me. Do you think you could come and help me? You're going to be a member of our family soon. I think it's only right that you come and help me out. What do you think? Is that okay, or is it too much? If you're not happy, then please tell me about it and I can change my plans. My son has told me that you're a really generous girl, so I just thought I'd ask. If you don't want to do it, then I understand. I know it's a strange request.
So do you want me to help you, or do you want me to buy you some things?
You can help me, but also it would be nice if you were to pay for some things. Life is so expensive, and sometimes I struggle to afford things in the shops. It'd be so nice if one of the family would help me out in times like this. It'd be a real help.
Don't worry, I understand. I know that prices have gone up a lot recently, and you might need some help. I'll do everything I can to make your life easier. I think if we go to the cheaper places, then we'd be able to buy more. I'm a big fan of buying the cheaper brands because I think they're better value for money. You don't want to waste money on things that aren't very good. You should be frugal when you spend money so your money goes further.
It seems that you have the right mindset. It's a good idea to not throw money away. We should all be careful with our spending.
Your son is the same. We all agree on this, and that's nice to know. It's nice to know that we're all in the same boat and we can help each other out. I know that you'd help me if I needed it, and I'm always happy to help you.
I think my son could learn a thing or two from you. I really think that you know better than him about these things. It's nice to know that he has you to keep him in order if he ever does something wrong. I know he's met a sensible girl who can stop him from going wrong in life. If you have good habits now, then you'll have an easier time when you get older. You don't want to get old and have no money. That'd be really hard for you.
That's right. I completely agree with you. I'll see you at the weekend. I think we'll have a nice time together. We can turn it into a nice day out and not just a day of shopping. Did you have a nice vacation? I think it would have been nicer if we could go together. I really want to go to places with you and see the world together. Don't you agree that would have been better? Sadly, I couldn't come because of the project I was doing. I wish it didn't have to be this way, but sadly it is. I hope we can have better days in the future when we get to be together more.
I want that too. We're married now. We should be able to find time to be with each other. I wish you didn't have that project to do. It would have been so much better with you by my side. I bought you some things back from my travels. I think you'll like them.
What did you get me?
Just some snacks for you to try. They looked nice. I went out with my mom and we had a good look around. It was really nice there. If only you could have been with us. The snacks weren't that expensive, just the cheaper ones. I didn't want to spend that much money. Also, I was worried that you might not like them anyway, and that would have been a waste. I'm sure it'll be enough for you. You can take a look yourself in a moment.
If you think that was a good present, then I'll go with your decision. I'm sure they're gonna taste really nice. Even if I don't like them, I'll try them to see what they're like. It's always nice to try something new. And thank you for thinking of me. You really didn't have to bring anything back. I wasn't expecting anything. The most important thing is that you're back safely and I can see you again.
If you don't want to eat them all now, then we can save them for later. It'll help us save money. No need to buy more snacks.
Oh, I thought of something. What about the furniture we need to buy when we move into our new apartment? What are we going to do about that? I think we should get together soon and talk about what we need to buy. We'll need a lot of things.
Okay, we can do that soon.
Good. I'm happy to know that you're on my side here.
I've thought about it too. I'm just not sure what we need to buy. I think I'll need you to help me decide. I don't think we should buy that much stuff. I think we should keep it on the small side. What do you think? Is this gonna be okay with you? Things are really expensive these days and I don't have that much money. I think if we just buy a small sofa and a small TV, we might be okay. Also, a small bed would be a great idea. Don't worry, I'm sure we'll still be able to get to sleep.
But we spoke about this before and you said that we should get some nice things. We've been so economical until now, and now it's time to spend a little bit of money. I think this is what we were saving for.
I don't think we should go crazy spending money on things we don't really need, especially if cheaper options are available. I know you want nice things to put in the house, but can't they wait until a later time? It shouldn't be about how expensive these things are. It should be about how happy we feel. I'm happy just having you and me together. We don't need to decorate with lavish things.
I don't think I can agree with you on this. I usually want to save money too, but when it comes to the new house we need to spend, it's better to spend money now than to regret it in the future. You don't want to be cheap and then wish you hadn't. I want to buy some good quality furniture and things for the house, and I'm hoping you're going to agree with me.
If you really want to do that, then I guess that's what we'll have to do. How can I say no to you? I really don't want to let you down. I need to go to bed now. I'm a bit tired. I'll talk to you again soon.
Okay, have a good rest.
Hi, we need to talk.
Hi, what is it?
You spoke with Matt before and you seem to be having a disagreement about the furniture you need to buy for the house.
Before we got married, he agreed that we would spend as much as we needed on things for the new house. I don't think I'm being unreasonable. I think we should really spend what we need to in order to make it a nice home. I don't want to live in a cheap place with cheap furniture. I don't want to be cutting back on these kinds of things. I want to buy some nice stuff. I don't want to regret that I didn't spend a little bit too much now just to save a small amount of money. Matt said that he was okay with this, and I'm sure we spoke to you about it too. I thought you said it was a good idea to buy some nice stuff. I didn't expect you to change your mind. If you wanted to save money, then I think you should have told me about it sooner. You two have just suddenly changed your mind like this and haven't given me much chance to say what I want to say.
I didn't think we had anything to talk about. I thought we all agreed that we shouldn't go overboard on the new house. We don't want to spend too much. You might even end up in debt, and that's really not a good idea. Small and simple is best in my opinion. Your husband wants to economize, so why not just accept his opinion? I don't think there's anything wrong with what he says. I think he's telling the truth. It might be the only time in your life that you do this, but that doesn't mean you should spend too much money. You need to think about the future too. The only people who will be seeing your house is your family and friends. You're not going to be showing it off to the world, so there's no reason to buy lavish furniture or appliances. Just get something that's good value for money.
I just feel that this whole situation is a little bit strange. Why are you two so insistent that you don't want anything expensive? I don't want the most expensive things, but I also don't want to be cheap. I thought we'd all agreed on this. I'm the one that'll be using it every day. I think my opinion should matter.
We did not agree to this. You're imagining it. I think you're being a bit unfair. You just want the most expensive things and you won't compromise. This isn't just about you, it's about other people too.
I do think about other people too. I think we'll all be happy if we go with my suggestion.
I think you should just do what Matt tells you to do. I think he has a good idea and you should just follow that. I don't want you to waste money now and then not have enough in the future. If we do what you want us to do, then there might be some problems ahead. I know best and my son knows best. You should just fall in line and do what we say.
If that's what you really want me to do. Have you got something to tell me?
What are you talking about?
Something to do with the car trip to the shopping mall?
What? How did you know that?
You logged in on my computer and I saw it. You forgot to log out, so it was easy for me to see.
It's a mistake. I think you got the wrong idea. I needed to buy some presents for my cousins, so I bought those things. I had no choice but to do it. You have to be nice to your family members.
Your cousin is 5 years old. Why would he need all that stuff? Do you think I'm dumb? I know that you bought all that for yourself. You might as well admit it and then we can move on. Why does your 5-year-old cousin need a new tablet computer? Does he know how to operate a drone? Is that the best excuse you could think of? Do you think I'm going to believe that? I know what you were doing. You might as well own up. Don't tell me any more lies. I'm going to be really unhappy if you do. To think that I was going to spend my future with you. I really don't know what to think anymore. What about the car that you wanted to buy? Who was that for? Please don't say it was for your cousin. Were you going to buy that for yourself and then hope I wouldn't notice? What were you going to do? Drive off into the countryside where I couldn't find you? You need to be a man and start talking honestly about what you did. That car isn't cheap. You sure seem to like rewarding yourself. Where was the money to pay for this? I know that you won't be able to afford it. Were you really expecting me to pay for that? You always tell me that you don't have any money and you don't want to spend that much. But look at this! You seem to be a big spender.
I'm sorry, I really am. I should have been more honest with you. I didn't want to spend much money on you, and I'm really sorry about that. I don't like spending that much money, but I still like you. Just because I don't spend a lot of money on you doesn't mean you don't mean a lot to me.
I don't like to hear these excuses all of the time. I get really bored of it. You need to get explaining. I'm really not happy about this stuff. Keep talking. Are you buying these things for your mom? Is that what's going on here? You and her always seem to be planning things together. Is this what you were planning? I feel like you've been lying to me all this time and I don't know how I'm going to forgive you. How would you feel if I did this to you? You'd be mad about it, wouldn't you? You'd try to save money when it came to buying things for me and then you go and spend all this cash? What's wrong with you? Am I not important to you or something?
Helen, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to make you mad. I just didn't know how to explain things to you. I know I've done wrong and I know that I should have been nicer to you, but I have other things to spend money on too. It can't just be about you.
I don't think you can just say sorry for this and get away with it. I can't be happy with you anymore. I don't know if our marriage can go any further. I don't want to be with a man who saves money on his wife and then spends it all on himself. That's really not good and you should know that.
What are you saying? That you don't want to be married to me anymore? How can you change your mind just like that? We've been through so much together and we're so good with each other. You can't just walk away over a minor thing like this. We are stronger than this and you know it.
You're not very good at convincing me. I'm not gonna have my mind changed so easily. What makes me angry is that you've been doing this for so long and I should have seen what was going on. You've been playing me for a fool and I can't forgive you for that.
Mom, Helen doesn't want to be married to me anymore. She says that it's over. What am I gonna do?
She said what? Is she joking? How can she do that?
I don't want you people to treat me like dirt. The marriage is over.
What? Over? Just because of this?
This isn't a good enough reason to get a divorce. You need to just compromise with people a little bit.
I don't want to be in this family anymore. It's time for me to get out before it's too late. I don't want to wake up one day wishing that I'd been more bold. Now is the time to be bold, and that means this marriage is over. I can't wait to start my life without you. We just can't go on together. I don't want anything to do with you. I don't want to meet with you ever again. Just let me go. If you contact me again, then I'm going to tell the police. It's stalking, so please leave me alone. I'm so glad I got out of there while I had the chance. Why would I want to be with people who don't put me first? I can't accept what they did. Going behind my back and spending money like that, whilst at the same time telling me to be frugal? That's not the way you should treat people who mean a lot to you. I hope that I can find someone better, someone more suitable to my personality and needs. I realize now that the warning signs were there all along, but I just didn't take notice of them. That guy was really useless and I can do better. I know I can find someone better than him. He was very generous with himself, but wasn't prepared to be generous with me. What are we saving money for if it isn't to spend on ourselves? Why should we be that frugal after we get married? I don't want to live like that. There's really no need for it. You only live once and you have to spend money on yourself. I don't want to be living in a house with cheap furniture and things like that. It might have been a shock to them, but I really had no other option but to walk away and leave them on their own. I had to throw them to one side and be free again. It's the only way that I could be happy in life. I'm hoping to find a new man and start a wonderful new romance with him. I really want to find a man that doesn't want to be frugal with me. It's just too much to take. How could you do that? I want us to have a happy time together and live every day to the full. I think that's the way life should be. There's no point saving all your money. You only live once and you have to make yourself happy. Anyway, he's gone now and in the past, so I don't need to worry about him. Let's hope for good times ahead.
Hey, Pedro, are you there? Did your wife pack your lunch again today? Because I'm hungry and I think I'm going to eat it instead. Well, I have actually already eaten lunch today, so... Wait, what? What do you mean by that? Well, I had to chat with Pete earlier today, so I took my lunch break about 15 minutes before everyone else did. You're kidding me. And I was so looking forward to getting to eat whatever it was that your wife made for me. Daria, can you please just cut all of this out? I mean, why do you think it is okay to take my lunch in the first place? Well, because I forgot to bring my own lunch for today. What other choice do I have? There is literally a cafeteria on the first floor of our building. How about you go and buy your own lunch from there? What? Do you seriously think I want to go all the way down there and have to shell out my own money just to eat? Well, if you keep forgetting to pack your own lunch, I don't see what other choice you have, really. Oh, come on, Pedro. Don't be like that. I have explained to you over and over again that I am a single mother with 3 kids. I don't have any time to do anything for myself. Once I get home, I am just so swamped looking after my kids. Not to mention the fact that I need to try and save money where I can so I can afford to buy them things. That is why I am always borrowing your lunch out of the fridge. We're helping each other out here. Don't you see that? Well, I can see how you are helping yourself. To my lunch. But what do I get out of it? Well, I'm always submitting my reports on time and going out of my way to do stuff for you. Are you really? Because I've actually had to work quite a bit of overtime lately trying to correct all the mistakes that you have been making. Oh, come on. I hardly think that that is fair. Whatever. That is a different talk for a different time. The point is that I want you to stop taking my lunch. My wife is kind enough to make it for me every day, and if you take it, then I don't have anything to eat. Stop taking food that isn't yours, okay? She is making it for me, not you. Okay. And so what? I thought you said that you were going to ask your wife to start cooking lunches for me too, remember? You said that you wanted to help me save money so that we could help each other, right? I never once said I was going to ask my wife that, and I have no interest in helping you save. Anyways, either way, I have already eaten my lunch for today. So then, I guess I'm just going to go hungry all day then, huh? What are you, a child? Literally just go to the cafeteria and buy yourself some lunch. Why don't you buy some for me? After all, it's all your fault I'm not eating today. Look, can we please just talk about work? I don't want to associate with you in any other way besides that. So, you aren't going to buy me anything to eat? You cheapo tightwad jerk. Hey, Kim. Are you there? I am finally off of work. Just getting on the bus to head home now.
Thanks for letting me know. I'm glad that they let you out at the normal time today. Yay! No overtime!
Yeah. I told my boss that I really wanted to leave on time and basically worked hard all day to make sure that I did.
Aw. Well, good work, baby. I'm proud of you. By the way, I wanted to ask, did you enjoy your lunch today?
I did, actually. I managed to get it before Daria could steal it. I talked to my boss and he let me take my lunch break about 15 minutes early, so there was no problem.
I see. Well, that is good to hear. Glad you enjoyed it.
But you know, I think I bugged some of the other employees by eating early since our schedules were a little offset. I just don't think that I'm going to be able to get away with doing this forever.
Yeah. I really don't think that this can be your permanent solution at all. Still though, this Daria lady really seems to like my cooking, huh? Didn't you say she up and took one of the tortillas I packed for you on like her very first day?
Yeah, that's right. You know, she did something really similar just last week, too. I sensed there was someone standing behind me, and before I knew it, this crazy lady was reaching her hand out from behind my head and just stole an arepa right from my Tupperware. She did it so quickly that I didn't even have time to stop her. I could only stare after her as she scuttled off with my food.
Wow. She sounds like a lady with some serious issues.
And the day after that, I caught her rummaging through my lunch while it was still in the fridge. And then the day after that, she got up from her desk, went to the kitchen, and started doing the exact same thing. I'm just glad that at least today I managed to move my lunch break earlier so that I could actually eat all of it myself for once.
I just can't believe how tenacious she is. I mean, that lady has some real dedication to stealing your lunch. Maybe she just has more fun stealing from you than she does actually eating it at this point.
Well, I'm starting to think that as well. But the fact that it is your cooking doesn't deter her at all, I'm sure. But still, if only we had a way to stop her once and for all. Our supervisor even sat her down and talked to her about this, but she still won't listen.
Well, if she won't stop taking your food, then I guess you just have to find a way to always be able to get to your lunch before she can.
I know. If we can't figure out what to do, then I'm afraid that that will be the only way I can deal with this. But that is hardly a solution, you know?
You're right. And she still won't have learned her lesson if that is how you respond. Besides, I'm upset about this too. I put a lot of effort into those meals because I really love you and I want to show you that through my cooking. It makes me happy that you like to eat what I make. So if eating it makes you happy, then we have to do something. We can't just let this Daria person keep getting away with this. I can't stand it. Sorry. Maybe I was getting a little carried away with all this. You don't think I'm being selfish, do you?
What? No, of course you aren't being selfish. In fact, I think that is really sweet, baby. You know how much I love eating your cooking. And when I'm busy at work, sometimes eating your lunch is the only real relaxation that I look forward to. I don't want this going on any longer than I can help it. Anyways, I guess tomorrow I will just try talking to our supervisor again and hoping for the best.
Well, good luck, Pedro. I hope things resolve smoothly.
Hey, Kim. How are you holding up? Are you feeling any better now?
Hey, honey. I am feeling a bit better, thanks. I had some medicine this morning and things seem to have settled down a bit.
but I am really sorry that I couldn't pack you any lunch today. I was really looking forward to cooking you something special yesterday, but then... well, you know.
You have absolutely nothing to worry about at all. You just caught a cold. It happens to everyone. You just focus on feeling better, okay?
Okay, I'll do that. Thank you for being so sweet.
And by the way, I was going to take the afternoon off to come home and take care of you.
What? Are you sure about that? You don't have to go and do something like that.
Well, I want to be there for you. I know your mom is over at our place taking care of you right now, but doesn't she have a trip this weekend that she needs to be getting ready for? I mean, I thought that they were going to be leaving tomorrow, right?
Well, yeah, that is true.
And thankfully, we just entered a quiet period at work, so it really isn't that big of a deal if I take a little time off to check up on you. I explained to my boss that you were sick, and he told me to go home and check on you as well. That is actually why I am texting you now. He said I should let you know that I'll be taking off early.
Aw, Pedro. You really are too sweet. What would I do without you?
Don't worry about it, my love. Anyways, I'm going to wrap up my work here and then get ready to head home. I will see you in a little bit.
Okay. Thank you so much for everything you do for me.
Hey, Pedro! What gives? Where's your lunch today? Don't tell me you hid it from me again. Hi, Daria. I am pleased to say that today I do not have any lunch. What? But why? Did you forget it or something? Actually, my wife is sick and wasn't able to cook me anything, so I didn't bring anything to eat. Are you kidding me? Well, then what am I supposed to eat, huh? Do you really think it's okay to just make me go hungry 2 days in a row? Now you definitely have to buy me something from the cafeteria. Actually, I took the afternoon off, so I am already out of the office and on my way home right now. Wait, you're not even here anymore? That's right. I was worried about my wife, so I took some time off so that I can take care of her while she is sick at home. Are you kidding me? That's ridiculous. Anyways, I don't really want to talk to you outside of work, so... Oh, jeez. Well, now you both are useless to me. Hey, Pedro! What the heck was that in your lunch? You have to tell me. I mean, did you purposefully tell your wife to make something that nasty? How could you lay a trap like that for me? That's so mean of you! Sorry, what? It wasn't fresh at all. What was your wife thinking? Is she trying to poison me or something? No, seriously, what are you even talking about right now? I am talking about my lunch today. You hid it under your desk this time, didn't you? Are you saying that you went through my desk looking for my lunch? That isn't the point! You aren't listening! I am telling you that there was something up with the lunch that your wife made for you. Something tasted off. What was it? I have no idea what you are talking about. I mean, it tasted really, really nasty. What was she thinking giving you that to eat? Did she lose her sense of taste or something? What did she spice that slop with? Daria, I really do not have a single clue what you are talking about. I was doing some work outside of the office today, so I ate out for lunch. Wait, what? What do you mean? I mean that I had to go meet a client this morning outside of the office. I knew that I might not make it back to the office in time to eat, so I just decided to eat out instead. But I found your lunch under your desk. Your wife packed that for you to eat today, didn't she? Wait a second. Are you sure that you didn't mix up my desk with Tony's desk? As in the guy who sits next to me? He always puts his lunch under his desk. No, it was definitely your desk. Oh. I see what happened. Is your stomach okay? Are you sure you're feeling alright? What do you mean by that? Why wouldn't I? Well, Tony told me earlier that he was so focused on his work, he thinks he might have put his lunch under my desk instead of his own. So then... You mean to tell me that I actually ate Tony's lunch? Hold on, that isn't all. He was so busy he actually came into the office on Saturday. And he actually didn't even have time to eat lunch. And then, when he went home, he completely forgot that he had even brought any food with him to the office in the first place. Wait, so what does that mean? Well, he didn't remember about his lunch until today. He told me when he called me that it was an old lunch and that I should just leave it there for him to deal with when he's back in the office. He was so embarrassed for leaving his old food at work. But why the heck would he just leave his lunch there under your desk? And why didn't you do anything about it? You should have tossed it out first thing this morning. I already told you that I was out of the office most of this morning. I didn't get the call from Tony about his lunch until I had already left to go meet my client. So even if I wanted to clean it up, I was already out of the office by the time I learned about it. I don't believe this. So, are you okay? So then, you're telling me that I ate someone else's days-old lunch? That's disgusting! Well, yeah, it was pretty irresponsible of Tony to just leave his lunch out and under someone else's desk. But you were the one who went poking around my desk trying to find food that wasn't yours to begin with. This can't be happening to me right now. What's happening? Well, while you were telling me all that about Tony's lunch, my stomach started to feel funny all of a sudden. Oh, wow, yeah. I would really try and leave work and go see a doctor right away. A doctor? Screw that. What I need right now is a toilet. I'm going to sue you for everything you have, Pedro. Sorry, what is all this about now? It is all your fault. I had to call an ambulance to take me to the hospital the other day. I just got back home yesterday, but I am still puking and having diarrhea all over the place. You are going to pay for getting me sick. You are going to pay for my hospital bill, and you are going to pay me back for the days I missed from work. All of it. Do you hear me? Tony said that you came to him saying something similar as well. That's right. It was his fault that all this happened, too. If he wasn't so forgetful, then I would have never gotten sick. Right. About that. I was actually talking to Tony a bit more about his lunch, and he told me that he actually did call to ask someone else to throw out the food while I was out of the office. Wait. He said what now? Yeah. But then he told me that when that person went to go under my desk to look for the lunchbox, that you suddenly appeared saying that the lunch was yours and you snatched it out of their hands. I thought that they might be trying to steal your food too. Of course not. No one in their right mind would crawl on their hands and knees on the floor to try and steal someone's food. You're the only one crazy enough to do something like that. Excuse me? How dare you talk to me like that? You are being very rude, you know. And you just got out of the hospital because you couldn't help but take what wasn't yours. I mean, did you really not guess that the food might have gone bad when you opened the lid and smelled it? Why did you eat something like that? But I was hungry. Anyways, more importantly, I heard that you were fired. Wait, what do you mean by that? Well, apparently it wasn't just my lunch that you were stealing. It was also discovered that you were stealing tons of supplies from around the office. What? Me? Steal? Of course not. Look, you just don't know what you're talking about right now, okay? You have no idea what it is like to be a single mother of 3, and you never will. Yes, Daria. I am sure that your life is full of challenges that I will never ever know. But the fact of the matter is that you were stealing. But don't you pity me? Don't you feel bad for me? I really honestly don't. But why? Isn't it true that the reason you and your husband got divorced in the first place was because you were cheating on him? Not only that, I heard that he found out the kids weren't even his. I heard your ex-husband doesn't even have to pay you child support. What? How do you know all this? Have you been stalking me or something? Well, your parents actually reached out to contact me so that they could apologize for your poor behavior. Are you serious? Did they really do that? They did. In fact, they even offered to pay the value of all the lunches that you have stolen from me. So after this, I don't want anything else to do with you. Wait, please, don't go yet. What about my hospital bills? My missed time from work? Who is going to pay me for those things, huh? You have to take responsibility for your actions and marry me. Wow. You have really lost your mind, haven't you? Of course I'm not going to do that. But why not? This is ridiculous. Goodbye, Daria. At the last minute, Daria really thought to try and ask Pedro to marry her. Pedro's wife, who was sitting right next to him as he talked to Daria, only laughed and said that she knew this would happen. Apparently, she had a suspicion that Daria really liked Pedro and that her actions were a way to take out her frustrations on his wife as well as try and get his attention. Obviously, though, it did not work. Daria had no other option but to take her kids and move back in with her parents. Later, the company made sure to send her the bill for her stolen office supplies. In the 1 month that she worked there, she managed to steal about $5,000 worth of various equipment. Now she is working from sunup to sundown so she can pay off her debts. She barely has any time to herself and is always going out in shabby clothes, only focusing on the work ahead of her. Hey, Olivia. Good morning. I just wanted to make sure you picked up Mom's medication.
Not yet.
Why not?
The pharmacist said Linda's medication is out of stock, so they needed to order it. It should be ready by tomorrow.
What if she's running out of medication? Couldn't you transfer to another pharmacy or something?
She still has some left. I tried to transfer, but every pharmacy in town had it out of stock. It was best to wait until it became available at her regular pharmacy.
Jeez. Okay. Make sure to pick it up as soon as it's available.
Sure thing.
Did you get her supplements as well?
Yeah, I did.
Take a picture of what you ordered to the pharmacy and send it to me. Hold on. Is that all you got?
Yes. I didn't get anything else in particular. I ordered what the doctor prescribed for her and this multivitamin.
Are you out of your mind? She's 72 already. You have to get her some supplements too, not just some no-brand multivitamins. For starters, she needs eye vitamins, probiotics, calcium, and collagen. Calcium is crucial because it is for bone health. Besides, you should have got her Centrum Silver if you were going to get her a multivitamin. It was specifically designed for people older than 50 to minimize upset stomachs, so it would be easier for her stomach.
This one was what the doctor recommended, though. I thought of getting her Centrum Silver, but I thought the doctor knew better than I did.
Quit with the excuses. On top of what I mentioned already, I heard milk thistle is pretty good these days. Make sure to get her the highest quality version of it and... What was it again? Coenzyme Q10? Get that one as well.
Can you recommend which brand I should get?
Why do you need me to spell everything out for you? Do you not have a brain? You should know how to take care of it yourself. Would you do the same thing if it were for your mom?
Okay. For the record, I don't treat my mom and Linda differently.
You better. How has she been since her knee surgery last month?
She's recovering pretty well and has a follow-up appointment with Dr. Smith next week. Dr. Smith said she'll do some imaging this time to see if the knee had healed correctly.
Great. Be careful with her knees when she gets in and out of the car. Her knees are still very delicate.
Will do. Don't worry about it.
Please do better so I don't have to worry about it, okay? I don't want to get in your way and explain every single thing you do. You're an adult, and you don't need me to give you a lecture, do you?
I'm trying my best.
Your best might not be good enough. Be good to Mom and you won't regret it when she passes away, all right?
Yes, ma'am. Honey, I'm supposed to take Linda to her follow-up appointment next week, but my time off request was denied. What should we do if I can't take the day off? Can you take her instead?
Come on, of course I can't. Do you expect me to take her to her doctor instead of work? You know a big project is coming up, and it's crucial for my promotion that's happening at the end of the year. I only have one shot at this, and I need this. I can't take time off until it's over.
If you can't take the entire day off, how about just a few hours? You can go to work in the morning, take a few hours off, and then go back to work. How does that sound?
I would rather not do that, but let me ask my supervisor. A few hours might work out. Wait for me. I'll be right back. Hey, it didn't work out. My supervisor said we have a presentation to the boards the day after, so we have to focus on preparing for it. He said if I really needed to, I could take a few hours off, but I don't think that's what he actually meant. I wish I could take her, but it's just how it is.
Oh, well, but then no one would be able to take her.
I think she can just take an Uber. She is more than capable of seeing her doctor by herself. It's not like she had major surgery, so she can still get around just fine. She'll be able to take herself to the doctor.
I don't know. Janie will definitely give a crap about it.
Who does she think she is? She should take care of Mom if she can do better than us. Just ignore whatever she says. It's not worth it.
I don't feel comfortable about this.
You don't need to worry about anything. You should talk to Mom and she'll understand.
Okay. I'll talk to her. Hi, Linda. How are you doing? Did you have lunch yet? Hi, darling. I ate already. It's past 2 p.m. Aren't you at work right now? What made you call me in the middle of the day? Is everything okay? Glad to hear that. You know, the doctor said you need to eat well to heal faster and better. Never skip a meal, okay? Nothing's wrong. It's just that you have a doctor's appointment next week, right? That's right, I do. I tried to take a day off so I could take you to the appointment, but my manager said a few more people are out that day, so he won't be able to approve another time off. What should I do if I can't take the day off to take you to the appointment? John suggested you can make it by yourself by taking an Uber, but I don't feel comfortable with that. It's only been a month since your surgery. What's there to worry about? I can definitely make it myself. As long as you get me an Uber, it's no big deal. Your appointment will take place at Cedar Sinai Marina Del Rey location this time. And there may be a long wait since it's a huge hospital. That's the one where I stayed after my surgery, right? That's right. Oh my goodness. If that's the case, I'll go back to my room where I stayed when I was admitted and chat with the other people who stayed there with me. I still feel bad. I'm so sorry for not being able to be there with you. Don't be. I said it's okay. I might be over 70, but I still can do that much. Don't worry about me. For your next appointment, I'll make sure to request my time off in advance so I can come with you. I promise. Sure thing. Thank you for looking out for me.
Hey! Are you out of your mind? What the hell is wrong with you?
I'm sorry? Why are you so upset?
I called Mom to talk about her doctor's appointment tomorrow, and she said she's taking an Uber by herself. Why does she have to make it by herself? Why can't you come with her?
Oh, that. I was going to take her by taking a day off from work, but my time off request couldn't be approved. Of course I feel bad about it, but when I talked to Linda, she was more than okay with that.
Are you insane? You must be insane to let a 72-year-old go to her doctor by herself. Not to mention she had major surgery only a month ago. Of course she would pretend to be okay because she's so kind. Would you let your mom go to her follow-up appointment by herself after her major surgery if it were your mom?
There was nothing I could do despite my efforts. I feel uncomfortable letting her go by herself, but it's a busy season at work and no more time off requests were approved for anyone.
Speaking of which, what is it that you do at work anyway? Don't you just twiddle your thumbs the entire time you're at work? What is it that is so important for a part-time contractor that you would let your mother-in-law visit her doctor by herself via Uber?
Janie, stop. Why do you mistreat my mom when you don't even have young children who need around-the-clock care from you or make millions of dollars by working part-time? It seems like you're just coming up with excuses because you don't want to help my mom. She deserves more than this from you. I'm not mistreating your mom. I wish I could come with her, but like I said, there was nothing I could do despite my best efforts. You have to trust me when I say this. Don't be ridiculous. There's always a way if you desperately find it. Your kids are all grown up, so it's not like you're busy. This is definitely not the right way of treating your mother-in-law. You should know what comes first and what's more important. You make me speechless. It would be nice if you came to help her, but that can't happen either. What did you just say? Do you think I'm not helping her because I don't want to? I live thousands of miles away. You live with my mom, and it's your responsibility to take good care of her. You have your obligations. Well, I told Linda that I will take the day off for her next appointment so I could come with her. I'll make sure of it. You better. I'll keep my eyes on you. Hi, Janie. Just so you know, I pushed Linda's appointment for today from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. so I could take her. We just checked in and are waiting to see the doctor. I want you not to worry about her. What's this? I thought your work comes first more than anything, including my mom, last time I checked, which was yesterday. What made you change your mind? To be clear, I never wanted to let Linda make it to her appointment by herself. So I literally begged my manager to let me leave an hour early. When I called the doctors this morning, they said there was one time slot available for today at 4 p.m. So I rescheduled it, and I was able to take her myself. I'll take good care of her. If that was already an option, you should have done it in the first place. Why do you always have to do this? I'm kind, but you always make me look bad who can't stop nagging at her sister-in-law. They're calling Linda to come into the doctor's office. I'll talk to you later. Olivia, I heard everything from Janie. What in the world happened? What? How dare you? How could you even think about letting my mom go to her doctor's appointment by herself via Uber? I don't know what your sister told you, but that was the best I could do for Linda at the time. However, I ended up taking her to the appointment by myself by leaving work an hour early. I managed it, so you don't need to worry about it. Oh, so you're saying I should shut up and be grateful that you eventually managed to take her to the appointment? Is that it? No, I never said that. You never said it, but you implied it, didn't you? When you marry someone and become a daughter-in-law, you should have determined to be good to your in-laws. You don't make much money anyway by having a part-time job. Why can't you quit and focus on my mom? You know it would be hard to take care of Linda on top of my children with John's income alone. Oh, so you're saying my brother is not capable of making enough money for the entire family, that you have no other choice than to have a job by yourself when you don't want to work. Is that what you're saying? Are you showing off right now? I'm not showing off. I'm saying we need the extra income. Now the kids are older, so I can work. But I wouldn't have even dreamed of it when they were younger. That's what I'm saying. You can pretend as if your kids are still young and stop working. Don't you know how to save? Women are supposed to make a living solely off of their husband's income. And that was the common practice back in the day. That's how my mom's generation was. And that was what she did. My dad didn't make a ton of money, but somehow my mom managed to raise 3 kids perfectly. How much are you spending that will require you to make petty money? You should learn how to save. Julie, don't you think you could understand my situation better since you're a daughter-in-law too? I don't know what you're talking about at all. I make my living off of my husband's income by saving what I can save. In fact, I don't need to push myself to save that much because I don't live in luxury. My mother-in-law is far away, so I don't need to take care of her anyway. But still, I call her every now and then to make her happy. What about you, huh? You're only showing off that you have a job, a lousy part-time job, and neglecting my mom. It might be understandable if you make $1 million, but that's not the case either. I don't live in luxury either. It is the opposite of it. You know what? Let's revisit this conversation later. Linda needs my help right now. Jeez. You're making a big deal out of it again. Fine. I'm going to shut up and let you go. Hi, honey. When are you going to be home tonight?
I thought I told you I have a department dinner party tonight.
No, you never told me anything about a dinner party.
I must have forgotten. I won't be home until late because of the party. You don't need to wait for me.
I had a bad day today and I'm so exhausted. Could you come home soon? I just need you to be here with me.
What is it?
Both of your sisters. Both of them couldn't stop complaining about how I take care of Linda. They were being sarcastic about my part-time job and bullied me for not making enough money. They thought I neglected to take proper care of Linda because of my work. They endlessly lectured me on how I was supposed to take care of my mother-in-law and how I should save money and whatnot. I'm so drained. I don't even know what I did so wrong to deserve their mistreatment. Janie was so upset about me not taking Linda to her appointment. So I left early from my work by basically begging my manager so I could take Linda to her appointment myself. I believe I'm doing my best with all my energy. Don't you think so? Am I doing something wrong? Do you agree with your sisters?
Hey, I'm buried in work right now. I need to finish at least half of it before I leave for the party. If you need someone to talk to, find someone else who has a lot of free time. Just ignore them if you don't believe so. You should keep doing what you have been doing if you think you're doing your best. You don't need to doubt yourself and talk to me about it. End of discussion.
I'm talking to you because I can't just ignore them. They don't know the end of it. You would understand what I'm talking about if you were in my shoes.
Then why don't you stand up for yourself? You should talk to them about how you're doing your best and stuff. What's the point of talking to me when you can't even muster a piece of courage to say one word to defend yourself? I'm tired of you always hiding behind me. I can't do this anymore. Take care of it on your own. You're making me very uncomfortable. I can't keep being stuck in the middle of you and my sisters. Do you want me to talk to them so they can stop bitching at you?
No, that's not what I want. I don't want to argue with them any more than I have to. You talking to them would only make things worse than it already is.
What do you want me to do then?
Can't you take Linda to her next appointment? I'm sure your sisters will complain to me one way or the other, but they might not do that to you since you're their brother. This is your mom we're talking about. You have a responsibility here.
Mom is not a baby. She is more than capable of making it to her appointment by herself. Just get an Uber and let her go on her way. Besides, I have no guts to ask for time off. I told you the other day that although my supervisor said okay, he wasn't actually okay with that. I'm super busy right now. I have no time to mess around. I'll talk to you later, okay? Don't be too distressed.
John! John!
Olivia, pictures of supplements.
I'm sorry?
I said pictures of supplements my mom is taking. Take a picture of them and send them to me right now.
I got the milk thistle, but I wasn't able to get the rest of the vitamins yet. I wanted to get all of them, but they were much more expensive than I expected.
Seriously, what's wrong with you? Why are you still putting it off when it's been a while since I told you? Are you sure you want to take care of her? Or do you want her to pass away soon or something? Are you doing this because you think you will get some money from her when she passes away? Is that it?
Why would you say something like that? I was going to get them when I get my next paycheck. All of my monthly payments were due last week, and I don't have much left. I'm getting another paycheck next Friday, and I was going to get supplements for Linda.
Stop making excuses. I'm so sick of you making excuses about everything. They should only cost about $20 or $30. Are you so poor that you can't afford a couple of $30 supplements? I thought you worked to earn some money. And what kind of money did you make that you ended up not having enough money to buy a few different types of vitamins for your mother-in-law?
Janie, why would you say that?
Am I wrong about any of it? I'll send you the new list of supplements she would need. So make sure to get every single one of them. Understood?
I'll try my best.
Stop saying that you'll try your best. Just do as I say.
Olivia, what are you going to do for Mom's birthday that's coming up?
Hi, Julie. Oh, time flies. It's only a month away, isn't it?
Did you forget it is her birthday soon? I can't believe it. This couldn't have been acceptable if it had happened back in the day. What kind of daughter-in-law forgets about her mother-in-law's birthday? Truly unbelievable.
It has been so hectic lately that I forgot for a moment. Her birthday comes around every year and we do the same thing. I'm sure her birthday falls on Thursday this year, so I was going to have a birthday dinner on the prior weekend of her birthday. Why are you asking? Do you have some other plan? Can you make it to her birthday dinner this year?
Nah. How can I make it? I live too far away.
It's not like you live on the other side of the world. Shouldn't you try to come at least once a year? It's for her birthday.
My mom doesn't like a crowded house anyway. It would be a total of 10 people if 5 of us come, and that would be so hectic. It gives me a headache just by thinking about it.
Oh. How about Janie? Can she not make it this year either?
She lives even further away, so she can't help it. She doesn't even live in the States, but in Canada.
Linda might be disappointed if both of her daughters don't come to celebrate her birthday for years.
Enough with me and my sister! You should celebrate her birthday at a hotel buffet.
Excuse me?
That's what people do these days. I'm sure Mom would love it too. It seems you're quite busy lately, so I came up with the idea so you don't have to prepare the food and stuff. I did some research for you and found the one in Beverly Hills is pretty good. It's called the Mayborn Beverly Hills, and its buffet has 2 Michelin stars.
Oh, it must be so expensive.
It should be. It's known for the best quality of food. Are you saying you can't do this for her when her birthday happens only once a year? This is for your sake. You should take it easy this year. Just take her to the buffet and let her have all the food she wants. Everyone wins, right?
Well, I'll talk to John first.
Hey, don't even talk about him. I'm so fed up with that selfish jerk. He only cares about himself.
That's so funny. I can tell you two are definitely siblings. Hey, honey. Julie called me to talk about Linda's birthday celebration this year. She suggested that we have it at a hotel buffet with 2 Michelin stars located in some fancy hotel in Beverly Hills. What do you think about it? It should be very expensive. Is she going to pay for it? Well, she didn't say anything about paying for it, but I doubt it. She didn't chip in all this time. Then what is there to worry about? You should do what you want to do. She has no right to tell you what to do if she's not going to pay for it. What's wrong with her? She never comes for Mom's birthday, yet she still has something to complain about. Don't mind her. But still, she's going to ask me what I did for Linda's birthday, and she'll go nuts if I didn't do it the way she told me to. If you think about it, though, we never took Linda to some fancy restaurants before. She can't eat much anyway. You know the digestive systems are not as good when you get older. It will rather upset her stomach if she eats different kinds of foods. A buffet doesn't make sense at all. We can order takeout if you want to treat her to fancy food. Takeout for a birthday celebration? Isn't that a little too shabby? You know what? I honestly don't care what we do. Take care of it on your own, and I'm good with whatever you do. I'll follow your lead. Let me talk to Linda first. Hey, Linda.
Hi, honey.
It's her birthday next month. Is there a particular food you want to eat?
My birthday is next month. Isn't it too early to talk about it?
I wanted to prepare for it in advance.
We could do what we always did. Don't stress yourself. You know I'm not a picky eater. Besides, I have had 72 birthdays already, and another one is just like any other day. Let's keep it simple. You know what? Don't even do what you used to do. Make it even simpler. I might as well skip it.
There's no way we can skip your birthday.
Birthdays are special regardless of how many of them you already had. I heard there's a hotel called the Mayborn Beverly Hills, and its buffet is very good and fancy. It has 2 Michelin stars. I was wondering if you wanted to go there. Would you like to try something different this year? Not at all. You know I can't eat that much. A buffet will be too hard on my stomach. Besides, it sounds very expensive. It's not worth it, given my current circumstances. I mean it when I say make it simple, so you can make it simple. I would love that. I don't want to burden you with my birthday that comes back every year. You're the only one who's looking out for me, and I thank you for that. Did Janie and Julie say something about it? What did they say? Well, they just gave me some ideas. That's all. Who do they think they are? Why do they give you a hard time when they never do anything for my birthday? You should say, mind your own business if they try to butt in one more time. Tell them I said that. I know better than anyone else what my daughter-in-law is going through. You're offering the best care anyone could ask for, so don't listen to them. I know even John is not helping you much. I am very grateful to you that you're taking such good care of me on top of your job. What matters is that I know you're doing your best. Don't take what they say to heart, okay? Thank you so much, Linda. I'm so blessed to have such a caring mother-in-law like you.
Olivia, how did my mom's birthday go?
Hi, Janie. Linda insisted to have a small celebration at home.
I thought Julie suggested a fancy buffet. What happened?
I asked Linda if she wanted to try it, but she refused. She said too many different kinds of foods will upset her stomach. She said she can't eat much either. I wish you were here, too. It was such a lovely time.
Do you think I live in your neighborhood? I live in Canada, for God's sake. How could I possibly go? It's even more dangerous these days because of COVID-19.
Things are much better now here in the States. You should visit sometime soon. She would love to see her grandkids, too. She misses them a lot.
My kids are busy studying. They're smart, unlike someone's children, right? Speaking of my children, both of them got into regional spelling bees. They didn't win, but it means something that they got a chance to participate in such a prestigious competition. I'm very proud of them, whether they won or not.
You must be very proud. My kids are getting better, actually. They have been studying hard and their grades have been getting better.
Even so, my kids are studying abroad. Trying is not enough, you know. Anyway, please take good care of Mom so Julie and I won't be disappointed. Do you understand? Think of her as your own mom. She treats you so well, and you must repay her kindness. That's what a decent human being would do. She treats you like her own daughter, and you should treat her as your own mom. Don't just look after your mom. Pay attention to my mom, too.
What do you mean by only looking after my mom? I haven't seen her for a long time. You should know that I never thought of Linda just as my husband's mom, but as my own. You don't need to worry about how I take care of her.
Even better. You should understand my and Julie's situation. Be kind to my mom, okay?
Sure thing. John, I'm a little upset right now. Am I being weird?
Weird about what?
It's about Janie. She messaged me earlier to talk about Linda again. I think I can stand her telling me what to do with Linda because it's been going on so long. But she brought our kids into the conversation and made fun of them.
How did she possibly make fun of our children?
She bragged about how her kids got into regional spelling bees and that they're smart unlike our kids. She wanted to emphasize that her kids and our kids are different or whatever. I can take her bragging about her kids, but it makes me angry that she made fun of my kids.
That's funny. Just ignore her. It's not like our kids are stupid just because she says so.
It's our children we're talking about. Doesn't her attitude make you unpleasant?
She must have been dying to brag about her children. Let her. It's not a big deal.
Is that all you can say as our kid's father? What's wrong with you? on! Why aren't you answering? Please check your texts right now.
I'm in a meeting right now. What's going on? What's all this fuss about?
I was told my mom passed out. I'm on my way to the hospital to see her right now. She's in emergency surgery for her aneurysm. I want to be there for her when she is out of surgery. I wasn't able to prepare dinner for Linda. What should I do? And, oh, can you please come to the hospital too? As soon as you can? I'm so scared, honey. What if she can't make it out of the surgery? What if her aneurysm bursts during the surgery? What if her aneurysm is so big that the surgeons can't even do the surgery? Will they let her die on the table?
Honey, calm down. That's so many what ifs, and that'll only make you crazy. Don't worry about Mom. I'll tell her. She'll understand. Please, calm down and be careful. I'll get going as soon as I'm out of the meeting. Where was the hospital again?
It's UCLA Medical Center. Let me know when you're here.
Will do. Hang in there.
Thank you, honey.
Olivia! Are you out of your damn mind? How did you even think of leaving home without preparing Mom dinner? What if I didn't know about it?
Oh, Janie, I can explain.
How dare you treat my mom like a hopeless old lady? Didn't I tell you last time to do better? It's been only a few months since I said that. And look at what you're doing. Are you doing this on purpose? Is this how you're doing better? What's your problem?
No, that's not it. My mom passed out all of a sudden. She went into emergency surgery and I had to come to the hospital in a hurry. Everything happened without a warning and I couldn't think of anything else but my mom. I told my kids to have dinner with their grandma. They had dinner together. I'm sorry I couldn't tell you in advance, but I'm still not in my right mind. My mom is barely recovering in ICU.
Do you call that dinner? You had some food delivered from nowhere. Don't you think she deserves more than that?
See? I told you, Janie. Olivia is just a daughter-in-law after all. A daughter-in-law can never be a daughter. This is exactly why my mom shouldn't have been so nice to her in the first place. What does she get in return? She's being neglected. Olivia will never be good to Mom. She doesn't have an interest in taking proper care of her.
No, that's not true. But for now, that's all I can do. I'm at the hospital with my mom right now. So can we talk about it later? We can continue to talk about it after things get settled. Wow. I can't believe you're abandoning Mom. Nice going, Olivia. Do you think my mom is a joke? Would you do the same to your mom? How dare you leave my mom behind at home alone to stay with your mom? Do you even care if she had a meal or took her medications? I have been watching you, and it's getting very ugly. What the hell is wrong with you?
Don't you need to go to work anymore? I thought you weren't able to take Mom to her doctor's appointment because you had work. Did you talk to your manager already about your emergency? You're very fast, aren't you? Did he let you take a day off this time? What did you tell him that made him let you take a day off? I'm curious.
Like I said, my mom had emergency surgery and there was no one else to take care of her. I'm allowed to take only one day off, so I'm going back to work tomorrow. Whatever. That's your business to take care of, and we don't give a damn about it. What are you going to do with my mom? How many more times should I tell you to take proper care of my mom? You should look after my mom, not just your mom. You can't discriminate against your mother-in-law and your own mom. You say you treat my mom and your mom the same, but you don't seem to do that. You say one thing and do the other.
You know karma is a you-know-what. It'll come right back to you if you neglect your mother-in-law. You have 2 sons. Aren't you scared that you'll be in my mom's shoes one day? Let's be honest. Isn't my mom the best mother-in-law in the world? She is kind, never bothers you, and never asks you to do anything for her. Why can't you be grateful and do better for her? This is why I hated you since the moment I met you. You don't know how to put yourself in someone else's shoes. My poor mom. She has been nothing but considerate all this time, and this is all she gets.
Cut the crap and go back home right now. Feed her with proper food and take her to a massage therapist.
She told me she had body aches all over her body. I'm sorry, but I can't at the moment. My mom is not out of the woods yet. The doctors recommended staying by her side at least through the night. You think I'm a joke, don't you? I said my mom is more important than anyone. Pay attention to my mom. I know. Go back home right now and take care of her. I can't believe this shit. Excuse me? What did you just say? Have you psychos finally lost it? Don't you understand what's going on? I told you a million times. My mom passed out and had emergency surgery. She's not out of the woods yet, so I need to be here with her tonight. What was that you said? Would I do the same if it was my mom? You guys are her daughters, so you should take care of her. What's wrong with you grilling me to take care of your mom? Didn't I tell you the other day that I haven't met my mom for a long time because I needed to take care of your mom? What did you do when you demanded that I had to do better for your mom by bothering me every day? Both of you always come up with excuses not to visit her when you obviously knew she missed you. Do you want to regret it when she passes away? Oh my goodness. What? Oh my goodness. I would be embarrassed if I were you. Do you think I got married to take care of your mom? Didn't you say that I should think of her as my own mom? You two should take care of her since you dirtbags are her biological daughters. You guys take turns nagging at me to buy her this or feed her that, but you never give a penny to do that for your mom. You guys are the ones who say one thing and do the other. Who do you think you are? All you can do is talk and talk. Hey, are you done talking? No, I'm not done, so shut up and listen. I have so much to say because I have been holding it back all this time. You know what? I'm done with being your mom's daughter-in-law. Take care of her by yourselves, okay? Do you think I'm your maid or something? It's so funny how you treat me like this just because I'm your sister-in-law. I was nothing but good and kind to all of you, but that's over now. I'm not going to take it anymore. The only reason I have been so patient all this time was because I didn't want to make a scene. Not because I had nothing to say or the way you two treated me was reasonable. Do whatever you need to do by taking her to Canada or San Luis Obispo or whatever. Don't you dare talk to me ever again, you psychos. It makes me sick to see you pretending to be good daughters. After what happened, I never went back home. My mother-in-law and my husband tried to stop me, but I eventually filed for divorce. I'm waiting for the final decision, which will happen in a few days. My husband didn't pay attention to how unfairly I was treated by his sisters and wasn't able to actually stop them from being unreasonable to his wife. I filed for alimony against both of my sisters-in-law, and they tried to apologize to me, which was too late. They couldn't change my mind. I feel a little bit sorry for Linda, who was good to me, but I couldn't take this anymore. Janie and Julie have been harassing me for a long time for no reason, and John was not there to protect me from his sisters. I couldn't stand those two looking down on my children, and I don't want to regret it if I can't take care of my mom because I was taking care of someone else's mom. I'm submitting a resignation letter as a daughter-in-law, and I will stay by my mom's side and be a good daughter to her. I look forward to spending much more time with my mom and making up for the lost time.
Hey, I had something I wanted to ask you about. It's about your dad's company. Do you have time right now?
About Dad's company? What do you want to know?
Do you think you could get me a job?
Oh, is something up? This is kind of sudden. Are you looking for work? You already have a job. Did something happen, Amir?
I did. I do. It's just that there have been some issues for me at work. My manager doesn't like me for some reason, and he's been giving me a lot of trouble lately. I've been trying to decide what to do. I think it might be best for me if I just quit and find something else.
Oh, wow, really? You've never mentioned anything about it before. I had no idea.
I didn't want to complain. I thought I could do anything if I really put my mind to it. I'm tough enough to handle most things. But my manager is really making life hard for me. He's managed to make a lot of the staff dislike me. I feel really isolated at work. It's gotten to the point that I hate coming to work every day and I don't really feel like I have a future here.
Really? That sounds awful. I'm sorry to hear it.
I thought about trying to change departments or to ask for a transfer, but it really isn't a great time of year for that. Since we're getting married soon, I thought it would be better to see if maybe your dad could get me a job at his place instead. It seemed like it might be a better option in the long run anyway.
I don't know. I guess I could ask. Have you thought about talking to him yourself?
It's not that easy for me just to outright ask him about it. He's your dad and I want him to think well of me. It feels a bit weird to ask him myself. I don't want him to think that I want special treatment or that I need help getting a job. I know I could find something, but it could be really nice to work for him.
I get that. I might feel weird going to your father for a favor too. Just keep in mind they do completely different work at his company than what you're used to. It would be a pretty big change. Are you sure you'd be okay with that?
I've already given it plenty of thought. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm pretty good at adapting. I can roll with just about anything, and change doesn't really bother me at all. Honestly, I like a challenge. I'm sure I could do well at your dad's company. It won't take me long to pick it all up and fit in perfectly.
If you say so.
I'm sure of it. Besides, wouldn't it make your dad happy to have me working there? It's a nice way to be closer to each other. I think he'd be proud to work side by side with his son-in-law. If I can do a really good job, I may even inherit the company from him one day.
Well, that's never gonna happen. No offense. I have an older brother, in case you've forgotten. He's gonna inherit the company. Dad's been planning that since we were kids.
There's always a chance. Never say never, right? If I work really hard, I could show more dedication and do a better job than your brother. It's possible I could become head of the company one day if I show your father I have what it takes. If I manage to pull it off, that would make you the president's wife, right? How does that sound, Gemma? Kinda fancy, right?
To be honest, that sort of thing just doesn't matter that much to me. I don't care what your job is if you're happy. Either way, anything involving the company is up to my dad. It's his company. He's the one that makes the decisions.
Of course. But can you try asking him for me? I would really appreciate it. Obviously, I'll talk to him about it too. I just thought it would sound better if it came from you first. Make it sound like it's your idea. If it's something you want, I'm sure he'll be keen.
I'll give it a try. I'll let you know what he says. But keep in mind that it isn't a sure thing, okay? Don't just quit your job yet. I think it's a good idea to keep looking around for something else. Maybe you could still ask for a transfer.
I totally get that. I don't want your dad to think I'm a loser or anything. We're getting married soon, and I don't want to be unemployed when we start our future together either.
I'm glad we're on the same page.
I'll keep looking for something. Who knows, I may get lucky. But I'll also be waiting to hear back about your dad's company too. Thanks, babe.
Okay, I'm telling you not to expect too much, okay?
Oh, I almost forgot. Don't worry about making dinner tonight. I'm grabbing dinner with some friends before I head home.
What? Again? You've been going out almost every night lately.
It is what it is. I have a lot of friends. It's one of the few ways we get to see each other. I've got the day after tomorrow off. Why don't we spend the day together? I mean the whole day. We could do whatever you like. How does that sound?
Okay, that sounds good to me. Just don't drink too much tonight, okay? You don't want a hangover at work tomorrow.
You don't have to worry about me. I'll have a drink or two at most, promise.
He showed up just like I knew he would. It's always the same with this guy. He come waltzing in with his chest all puffed up and acting like he's the king of the place. So, do you want to call it? No, not yet. Please wait just a little longer. I haven't made up my mind just yet. You haven't made up your mind yet? Don't you think you've heard enough to know what a piece of crap he is? What else do you need? You've got all the pictures I've taken, and there are plenty of those. Isn't that enough? Of course I'm going to confront him about it. I'm going to make him pay. And I really appreciate your help, Jade. You're the one that put me onto him. If it weren't for you, I'd have no idea. But I don't think it's the right time just yet. I just want to make sure I have everything lined up.
If I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it right. Girl, you can be scary sometimes. I'm sorry he turned out to be such a rat, but it's good that you found out early. Way better to know early than late. I'm glad you got to see the real him. Yeah, that's true. I wish I'd found out before we got engaged. At least we aren't married yet. That would be so much worse. Well, it looks like he's gonna have another big night tonight. Do you want me to do the usual? Yes, please. I'll pay you for your trouble. Don't be ridiculous. You don't have to pay me. You and I are old friends, Gemma. You don't owe me anything. Plus, I want to see this guy go down for hurting my friend. That's really sweet of you, Jade. But isn't this pretty stressful for you? You're having to deal with that idiot. It's fine. Don't worry about it. He's such a pompous dum-dum. He's what my mom would call dumber than a sack of potatoes. Every time he opens his mouth, I just see a baked potato talking in my head. It's all I can imagine. What on earth? But you aren't wrong. He can be a real blowhard. Oh, hey, he's coming over. I'll tell you all about it later. Okay, thanks. You're the best. Hello, Amir. Are you going to be coming home on time tonight? I have something I've been wanting to talk to you about.
Uh-oh. Is it big? Is it something we could just text, or do we need to talk about it in person?
In person, please. It's about our future. It's too important for text.
Oh, is it about the job? Did you finally talk to your dad for me? I was hoping you would. That's it, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. I wanted to talk to you about it when you got home. I mean, if it isn't going to be too late.
Dang, today's gonna be tough. I've already got plans. I'm gonna go out with some people to grab a drink after work today. But you can go ahead and tell me over text. I don't mind. I want to hear how it went ASAP. What did he say? Should I go ahead and put in my 2 weeks notice now? Or did he want to wait for the end of the month?
I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. They don't have a job open for you. They can't hire you right now.
Huh? Nothing?
He said that you just don't have the kind of experience they're looking for. The work is just really different from anything you've done before. Also, they don't really like the thought of nepotism. It would be different if you had some relevant experience, but just using your connection to get a job doesn't really sit well with my dad.
Are you serious? What is his freaking problem? I'm his future son-in-law, for crying out loud. What did you say to him? Did you even try to convince him?
I did try, but he said there really wasn't any way he could give you a job.
Well, crap. Okay then. You aren't very helpful, are you?
What do you mean by that?
I'm saying that you're totally useless. I just asked you for this one small thing and you couldn't pull it off. Do you even really want to marry me? You can't even do something this simple for me. What's the point? Why should we get married if you can't even do the littlest thing for me, huh? What's in it for me?
What's in it for you? I thought you wanted to get married because you loved me. Isn't that the point?
Don't be so naive. I mean, I like you just fine. You'll do, but your dad is loaded. That's the main reason I wanted to marry you. You seriously didn't realize? You really think I'm just marrying you for you and that the money has nothing to do with it? That's so pathetic that it's kind of cute, actually.
How can you say that? That's awful.
I'm the one that's awful? Take a look in the mirror, kid. You couldn't even help me get a job with your dad, even though I asked you nicely. You're his daughter. You could have talked him into it if you really wanted to. Dads are always suckers for their little girls, no matter how old they get. I'm your fiancé, for God's sake. The least you could do is help me out a little. You should really think about what you're bringing to the table here.
What I'm bringing to the table?
It's your fault that I can get a job with your dad's company. You must have screwed it up somehow. Maybe you didn't ask the right questions. Maybe you made me look bad. You're the problem, not me. If you can't do anything for me, I don't need you around.
You don't need me. Excuse me, what are you saying?
Wow, you really are dense, aren't you? I'm saying that I don't need you. I don't want you. You're just in the way, a nuisance. There won't be any wedding. We aren't getting married.
I'm in your way? Seriously?
Here's the deal. You can go to your dad and have a heart-to-heart with him. Get him to hire me. More importantly, make sure he promises that I'm going to inherit the company. I'll be the head of the business when he retires. If you can handle that, we can get married. If you can't, I'm going to want that ring back. So what'll it be?
You're asking me?
I'm telling you, if you really work that pea brain of yours, I think you'll figure it out. Do you really want to get married or not? I'm a good catch. I can have another girl lined up in a minute, so you'd better think fast. Until you can figure out how to make your dad give me the job, consider the engagement off.
The engagement is off? What are you even saying? Are you breaking up with me?
Oh my god, Gemma, how are you not getting this? Is there a brain in that little head of yours? It's like the lights are on, but nobody's home. I'm gonna give you some time to think about it. You'll figure it out eventually. Talk to you later.
Wait just a minute. Don't go right now. Amir, don't ignore me, please. Ah, here he showed up. Is it cool if I head over too? Yeah, that's fine. It's all pretty much over between us now. I'm sorry to ask for your help when it's so late in the evening. I just want a little more evidence. Oh, please, it's fine. I hear he's saying he can't go home tonight. I think it's about that time. This is gonna be good. Yeah, I think you're right. I really genuinely appreciate you. Oh, stop it. I'm just doing what any friend would do. I can't see you with a guy like him, Gemma. I'm just glad you're finally breaking up. It's about time. You deserve so much better than that sleazeball. Thanks for saying that. It makes me feel a little better. I feel like such an idiot that I couldn't see through him. It's like I was blind because he was mine. I wanted him to be the person I hoped he was. Don't feel bad. Lots of people do that. You were trying to see the good in him. That's all. And he's handsome and puts on a good show. He can be very convincing when he puts his mind to it. If I didn't know better, I might not know it's all an act either. No wonder you fell for him. Yeah, he really played me. I'm going to be super careful from now on. I'm not getting used by another man ever again. Oh, yeah. I have all the data I've collected so far. I've got recordings, pictures, text messages. I've got the works. I'll bring it all with me. Thank you so much. What on earth would I do without you, Jade? Maybe I'll quit my job and become a private investigator. Ooh, I could go undercover. How cool would that be? I could be a spy. Sexy, right? That's not a bad idea. No joke, you're actually really good at this. And you seem like you enjoy it. I bet I could find a job just like that. Oh, speaking of finding things, he still hasn't caught on to me at all. I almost can't believe it myself. He just yammers away, saying anything and everything. He hasn't noticed a thing. It's been pretty fun, actually. He isn't exactly the cautious type. Plus, he loves an audience. I think it's all gone exactly like you thought it would. I should have known you'd be right. Yeah, thankfully he's an idiot. It made it easy to do my job. On that note, I'm ready, so I'm gonna head out. Okay, thanks. I'll be waiting.
Well, have you had a chance to think things over? Hey, you, don't ignore me. Text me back. I hope you have some good news for me. Did you talk to your dad yet? I've given you plenty of time. When should I plan to start the new job? Have you got some dates for me yet? Are you ignoring me? You better not be. I can't seem to find you anywhere. You ran off and left the apartment without even leaving a note. And you aren't at your parents' house either, apparently. So where are you? What are you trying to do? Make me mad? Is this some kind of game to you? I said, answer me. I really wish you would answer me. I miss you and I'm worried about you. I'm trying to be serious with you. I wish you would listen to me. Don't you understand? I quit my job, did you know? I'm counting on you. I took a leap of faith when I quit because I know you'll come through for me. You're all that I have left. You're everything to me now. We should work together. We can go to your father and tell him that we'll take good care of his company. He'll be happy, won't he, knowing the company's in such good hands? I've been waiting for you in this empty apartment all by myself. I just wander room to room, hoping to find you there. I haven't been good enough to you. I shouldn't have been such a burden. Once I start the job at your dad's company, I'll be better. I'll put you first. You'll be the most important thing in my life. I'll wait another week. You can take the time you need. I'll be here. Come home, Gemma, please. I miss you.
Oh my gosh, Jade, you won't believe this. I must have 1,000 messages from him at this point. My inbox is full. Whoa! Well, congratulations. I don't really feel like celebrating, but I finally got everything done. I'm ready to take him on. Okay, now that does deserve a celebration. Well done. A month can be a long time, can't it? I'll bet it's gonna be worth the wait. Yeah, it was a long time, but watching him get more and more romantic over time was actually kind of fun. He started sounding more like Romeo than himself. Romeo? Did he send you poetry or something? Gemma, Gemma, wherefore art thou Gemma? But really, he hasn't changed at all, has he? He's still his same old slimy self. What do you mean? Oh, well, that's just perfect. Same old Amir. Isn't it? I've collected screenshots from several different people. I'll save them all for you. I could print them out and put them into an album if you like. Wouldn't that be fun? Just the files, please. Thank you so much. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm actually looking forward to tomorrow. Me too. I can't help myself. I can't wait to see his face. What do you think it'll look like? I bet he grabs his things and runs out of the apartment. I'd put $100 on it. Oh, we're better now. I'll bet $200 he doesn't even stop to get his things. He just keeps running. Maybe he'll even cry. You should know I think he's running out of cash these days. I haven't seen him going out much lately. I doubt he has the cash to spend on drinking and partying anymore. You might as well hit him where it hurts. The time is ripe. That's the plan. Even if he isn't home, I don't mind waiting for him. I'm gonna give him exactly what's coming to him, and I can't wait. This is gonna be so much fun. I can't wait. See you tomorrow. Yeah, I'll see you then. I'm home right now. Where have you gone? Will you be home soon?
Huh? You came back? Thank God, I was starting to think you would never come home, Gemma. I can't drop exactly what I'm doing right now. Can you just wait a little bit? I'll be there as soon as I can. I have something I want to show you.
I also have a present for you. Several, actually.
Several? Huh? Did you buy me some suits? That makes sense. If I'm gonna be starting a new job for your dad, I need to look the part. It's just like you to think of something like that for me. You've got everything set up for me, right? You're the best.
That would have been nice, wouldn't it?
What do you mean that would have been nice? I don't think I follow you. Can't you be a little more clear? Anyway, I'm just glad you're back home. I feel so much better knowing that you're right there now.
That's good to hear. Why don't you hurry home now? I'm waiting on you.
I'll be there as soon as I can. I'm kind of in the middle of something right this minute. Just wait a little while, okay? I'll be there soon. I'll hurry.
I understand. Just come as fast as you can. What is up with you? You can't just run away the second you see someone's face. You barely came in before you ran back out the door. Don't you think that was a bit rude?
Don't joke about it. It isn't funny. Why was everyone at the apartment? Even your dad was there. And Jade too. What was she doing there? And how does she know where we live?
What? I didn't tell you? Jade is one of my best friends. We've known each other since we were little girls. I thought you would have known that. You guys work at the same place.
Huh?
I guess she is pretty quiet around work. I think she keeps it pretty toned down at the office. I'm not that surprised you didn't notice her there.
Wait, are you serious? You've got to be lying. I thought Jade was a stripper.
She has 2 jobs, actually. Oh, but then I guess I shouldn't say you work at the same place anyway. I should say you used to work at the same place, considering you quit your job. You don't work anywhere.
Wait just a minute. What's going on here? You've completely ignored me for the last month, and now you show up with your family and friends? What the heck have you been up to? What are you planning?
Today, I plan to ruin your life.
Ruin my life? What are you saying? Why would you want to do that?
The entire time you've been engaged to me, you've been wasting your time and money fooling around with other girls. You cheat on me all the time. You even cheat on the girls you cheat on me with. You've been hanging out in bars and strip clubs almost every night. And you didn't quit your job. You messed up so badly at work that they fired you. I know everything. I know every little thing.
What? I don't know what you're talking about. Someone has been lying to you. You! Where did you get that?
What? Do you have something to say? I'm engaged to the oldest daughter of an important businessman. They have a huge company. Once I marry her, I'll become head of the company. Then I can ditch the ugly broad and marry you instead. You're the one I really want. Is that what you wanted to say?
No, that's just... It's not like that.
That's not all. I have so many pictures of you going into hotels with other women. So many other women. I don't even know how you find them. You said that if you really cried and clung to me, I was sure to get you an even better position in the company. You'd jump straight to running the place. And then you'd jump straight out of our marriage and into someone else's.
What? Where did you hear that? I said no such thing.
Oh, really? That's funny, because all of it was recorded. I've listened and that sounds like exactly what you said. Would you like to listen? It's pretty interesting.
How?
You kept going back to the club Jade works at. You always run your mouth. You couldn't resist bragging to the other guys at the bar and talking yourself up to all the dancers, could you? You never even realized you were being recorded. You just went on and on about your big, bright future running the company and leaving me behind.
Jade, she always looked like she was so thrilled to listen to me. I should have known she was up to something. That little liar. She's just as responsible as I am for pouring me drinks and egging me on. This is all her fault.
She's been a great friend to me. She's supported me and given me a lot of strength. And she's also helped me see what a stupid jerk you are. You can't blame her for anything. You didn't even notice she worked at the same office as you during the day. It's not like she had to be sneaky to record you or take pictures. Apparently, you wouldn't notice an elephant if it walked right in front of you.
That's totally different. She never even looked like the same person. You should have seen her with all the makeup on. I think that she even wore a wig. That is not how she dresses at the office.
Of course she doesn't. That's why you didn't notice her. You like a flashy girl with a bunch of makeup, don't you? Pretty much the opposite of me.
Don't jerk me around. This isn't funny, Gemma. Are you trying to make me look like an idiot?
Don't try to blame me for this. This is all your fault. You've been running around behind my back the entire time.
It's not that big of a deal. I may have cheated once or twice, but most guys do. If you really wanted to marry me, you wouldn't freak out about it. You'd let it go.
Are you really that stupid? No one wants to marry a cheater. They just get duped into it. Who would want to marry somebody like you anyway? What's in it for me?
What's that supposed to mean?
Do you want to know the real reason my dad wouldn't have hired you? It didn't matter if I wanted him to or not. You completely lack the skills and ability to do the job. You'd be totally useless to the company.
There's no way of knowing that. He won't know if he can do it or not unless he gives me the chance to try.
He doesn't just give free handouts to anybody, you know. The company doesn't need someone that doesn't have any experience or even any good sense. They couldn't even train you to do the work. You don't have the brains for it.
Wait just a minute, you. Who are you all of a sudden? You've never been this brave before. You won't have anything left if you break up with me. You know that, right?
Me? You're the one that won't have anything. Our apartment lease is up at the end of the month, and you don't have any money to renew the lease. You can't possibly pay the rent. You don't have a job. You don't have any prospects for one either. You can't even go back to stay with your parents at this point.
Huh?
You ran out the door before I could even talk to you. I would have told you if you would have let me. I spoke with your parents. They've seen everything as well. They know exactly what kind of a man you are. They said they'd never let you come back to live with them again after what you've done. They're too embarrassed to even call you their son.
Now you wait just a damn minute. What are you talking about? Why would they do that?
You're asking me why? Because they saw the photos, the texts, they saw everything. What did you do the entire time we were engaged? You cheated on me over and over again. You told me that I was useless and in your way when you couldn't get a job. I'm pretty sure that now that you've been fired, I'm a lot more useful than you are.
That's why I should get a job at your dad's company. If you'd help me out, it wouldn't be a problem.
No thank you. They don't need to hire a waste of space like you. They're looking for recruits with some actual talent.
Why are you acting like this? I'm your fiancé, for crying out loud.
I don't think I know what you're talking about. I don't think I have a fiancé. Who was it that cheated on me over and over again? Who was it that told me the engagement was off? Who threatened to leave me?
I just said that to light a fire under you.
You were trying to light a fire under me? You lit a fire, all right, but all you did was burn a bridge. I did everything for you. I kept the apartment clean. I ran all the errands. Every day when you walked in and dropped your suit on the floor, I'm the one that picked it up and put it on a hanger. I'm the one that took it to the cleaners at the end of the week. I made you lunch to take to work. I made you dinner to come home to every night. That's the woman you wanted to light a fire under?
That's stuff most wives do anyway. It isn't anything special.
We aren't even married yet. I didn't have to do squat for you if I didn't want to. Everything I've ever done for you has been because I cared about you. None of it was my duty. It was my way of saying I loved you. At this point, all of my warm feelings for you have completely dried up. I don't feel anything but anger and bitterness towards you now. When I think about your face, I just want to scream.
Hang on. Are you saying you aren't going to marry me anymore? You're serious about that?
Are you crazy? How could you possibly think I would still want to marry you after everything you've done to me? If you think I'd spend the rest of my life with you, then you must have lost your mind. I'm not going to marry you, but I am going to sue you. I'm taking you to small claims court. You owe me for the pain and suffering you've caused, and all the money I've spent on our lives together. I know a judge will side with me considering all the photos I have, and I can show how much money you were sticking in dancers' belts instead of in our bank account too. Jay took plenty of pictures for me.
What? Sue me? Hang on a second. You can't do that. It feels like you've pulled a trick on me. Were you planning this whole time? Was this some kind of game for you?
I never tricked you. I didn't do anything to you. I was so stupid I was actually in love with you, but not anymore. You brought this on yourself. You fooled yourself into thinking you could have it all. You wanted my dad's company, but a trophy wife. You thought you could have your cake and eat it too. Think again. You've been lying to me the whole time and just using me to get to my dad, his money, and his company. You're the one that's been playing tricks.
That was never my plan.
Oh, really? So, if it wasn't you, then who was it? Who was planning to leave me for someone else? Who was spending all our money on girls?
No, this is all just a big misunderstanding. I never cared about the other girls. You're the one I really wanted. I was never gonna leave you. Don't sue me. Let's not make this ugly and drag all our personal business out in public like that.
You're wasting your breath. You might as well stop. In fact, I'm asking you to stop. I don't want to listen to you anymore. I don't want to waste another second of my life on you. In case you haven't figured this out yet, we are done. It's over between you and me.
Wait a moment, I can explain. You're right, I was wrong. I made a mistake. But from here on out, you'll be my number one. I'll do my best and take good care of you. You'll be the most important thing in my life. Just give me another chance.
Don't worry about me. I'll take care of me and be my own number one from here. You should be spending your time looking for a job instead of chasing after me. If you don't come up with a job soon, you won't be able to pay your bills. If you can't come up with the money for the lease soon, you'll end up homeless. Wouldn't that be a shame?
That's taking it a bit too far, don't you think? Just listen to me. Let me explain. I can explain everything if you just give me a chance. Gemma, please.
Amir's parents were ashamed of everything their son had done to me. They didn't want to see us fighting in court, so they offered to pay me a settlement. It would at least cover some of the money I'd spent on our home while he was out chasing other women. His parents made a deal with him that he could repay them over time. The settlement felt fair enough to me, and they can sort out the repayments between themselves. I just didn't want him to get away with what he'd done with no punishment at all. I hear that I'm not the only one Amir owed money to. Apparently, he'd run up a lot of credit card debt while he was unemployed. He also had a pretty big tab at some of the clubs he was visiting. He's going to be paying things off for a long time to come. I don't know if he'll ever manage to pay it all back. Me, I moved. I found a new place to live that isn't too far from my parents' place. I wanted to do something special for Jade after everything she'd done for me. I picked a really nice steakhouse to take her to, and we went out, just the two of us. The truth of the matter is that she works at her brother's cabaret club as a manager, but she decided to pretend to be one of the dancers during our little investigation. Her day job doesn't mind that she has a second job. She's a good worker and always gets her job done with a smile. They're happy to have her there. Sometimes I think about what would have happened if Jade hadn't spotted Amir in the club and called me. What if I'd married him without ever knowing what he was planning? That's a really terrifying thought. I feel so relieved to have gotten away from him. I feel like I dodged a bullet. From now on, I'm going to live my life for me. No more bending over backwards to please some man that doesn't even care about me. I'm going to have a great life, and it's going to be on my terms. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to click the like button.